Just the graphics alone are commendable. It's like having the latest Ryzen but 100 times better. Seojin is really happy to experience this side of life too. By the way, his character is called Dane. Christina, a gorgeous blonde, and his teammate come to inform him that he's on a dangerous mission to come. Our boy's character responds automatically, which basically implies that this is the tutorial setting for the game. Dane's voice is different from Seojin's voice, and the experience so far has been exhilarating. Christina has no words to speak, while her partner is out here quoting Lelouch Vi Britannia's famous quote, "Those who kill must also be ready to die." The girl is fed up with his corny ass and urges him to be careful, but Dane keeps it chill and tells her to head back. Before leaving, she hands him a note, expressing that there's no truth here, so he's better off doubting as much as possible. This confirms to Seojin that the mission has officially begun, as his character is ready to doubt even the chaotic setting. Let's change the view. Korean Batman is out here swinging from building to building like budget Spider-Man all of a sudden. After his super cool landing, Seojin receives a notification from the system of his abrupt tutorial auto start. From here on, he's on his own, but there's no path ahead except a blocked passageway. Our boy is given a hint to climb up the pipes, which is a pretty odd assignment. The sword god is on his way to become the pipe god. And speaking of piping, Bro's piping skills are pretty smooth, allowing him to leap up without breaking a sweat. At the top of the roof, we have Seojun questioning why his body is automatically moving all by itself, a nod to the amazing immersive environment. He begins to wonder if it's all over, and if he should enjoy the auto mode tutorial. The auto mode is slammed with a proper tutorial quest to assassinate someone called Etere, a high-ranking noble and manager of a fabled society. With the only goal set as Etere's termination, Seojin checks the map setting and finds it impressive how this game is cool as hell. Helping him out, he's given a rope to descend. Our boy is rather impressed with how the game is properly helping out with the basics. But something seems to bother our boy's cat-like curiosity. He's getting the impulsive thought of just letting the rope go and descending faster, since this part is pretty boring. To test his hypothesis, this man literally lets go, bravely crash landing all the way down with a heavy thud. So far, dude's plans didn't work per his expectations, but he does note a couple of chatters laughing about his clumsiness in the game for being a damn newbie. So far, these dudes are straight up making fun of his ass for being lame. It suddenly dawns on him that he's streaming too, begging the question why 4 people even bothered to join. At first he thought no one would join, but thanks to his incredibly long and weird title because of Taewoo, chatters have taken pity on him. The whole idea of watching him be clumsy is entertaining to the chatters, though the IDs and usernames are pretty long and weird to keep up with. Remembering his homeboy's words, Seojin recalls how he was told to practice slowly filling the silence instead of focusing on the numbers. The idea behind streaming isn't the numbers, but the interaction value. That's why the only reason people gravitate towards popular streams is because of their interaction ability. But also, people love small streamers since they get recognized fast in their chat, instead of getting buried down. Playing around with his streaming life, our boy begins to respond to a bunch of messages on his own, expressing his shock, and generally entertaining the chatter, making his presence known. Finally, one guy tells him to start the quest already, which becomes his cue signal to act. Speaking of which, let's cut to the ominous and dramatic setting of Count Etere's mansion. The chatters are intimidated with the frightening atmosphere, while our boy is wondering if it's going to be fine for him to just waltz his way inside politely. The chatters are surprised by his balls of titanium, while Seojun looks back at the note that Christina left him with, precisely giving him coordinates of Etere's bedroom on the 2nd floor, as well as the number of enemies. For weapons, Seojin is handed a sword stick as well as a gauntlet. Pretty basic and expected for tutorial items. Not that it matters since he just has to kill one guy no matter the tool. But right as our boy is about to head straight inside, his chatters go batshit crazy on his ass for being an idiot and rushing in blindly. Seojin feels like an idiot, while they emphasize that he read the rest of the note that Christina handed to him. At this point, they've given up all hope on him, genuinely thinking that a proper defeat will teach this newbie a lesson. The ancient sword god has no idea of the sudden shift in everyone's mood, politely asking if he can just walk his way inside. One person asks him to do warrior play, because basically in this game, getting caught allows NPCs to get way stronger, so the goal is to play stealthy. On very few occasions, veteran players intentionally blitz inside, making all the noise they can to openly slaughter the enemies, which is called a warrior play. This intrigues our boy, who wonders if he can do a warrior play to win this one out. The chatters explain that no one has done it yet. Several have tried, but not even hardcore streamers have gotten any luck. But all that loser talk only confirms one thing to Seojin, that it is indeed defeatable, so long as he's on the level of Haeon herself. This gives him all the confidence he needs to aim for the fancy warrior play strategy.